Alright guys, so it's background manipulation time, and today we are going to be working with this wonderful image here. Of course, I really know what it's going to look like. I can envision it clearly. So this is the background we are going to be putting on it, and this is the global light we are going to be using to bring in dimensions into it. So without wasting much of the time, let's quickly get started. The first thing I'm going to do is to definitely crop out, or before we crop out, let's clean it up first. So I'm going to use my lasso tool and just make a very rough selection like this. Sorry. Hold my shift, do the same thing here. Hold my shift, do the same thing. And try it here as well. Fill it up with content aware. I don't know if this works. Let me see. Nice. Okay, I wouldn't want it to bring me in here, so I'll just use fill the next time. Okay, nice one. So I'm just going to quickly use my close stamp and get this fixed up. That will work now. Oh, we're still on the ground, a new layer, so okay, we can work with that. Now the next thing to do is to crop out. I want to really have space in the image, so I'm going to crop out like this, and I'm going to make sure my content aware is turned on, and I'll press OK. Alright, so the next thing is to fix this area. So everything we are doing now is background fixing. Just it for now. Fill, content aware fill. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to separate the object from the background so I can do the final painting. So I'll do my select subject. Right click, select inverse, then quickly minus your shade. So that's what I'm going to do. Just make sure I protect my props perfectly. Alright. So I'm going to make a duplicate of my background there. Right click and go to layer via cut. Hold my control, hold my control, click over here to reload the selection. Then I'm going to go to fill, Gaussian blur. So let's say our Gaussian blur cleans off the background. If it doesn't do it rightly, then we'll use fill blur. Okay, so I think Gaussian blur does a nice job. Press OK. Use your marquee tool to deselect. Now you can decide to leave your image like this. It's actually looking very pretty. Or you can decide to continue. But for me, I am continuing. So first of all, we'll bring in the background we want to use and just place it over our image like this. Scale it in. So my flaws is somewhere about here. Press OK. Then change the blend mode to overlay or multiply. I think multiply would work. If we are going to use overlay, that means we'll have to darken down our original background quite a bit, like this. So I'm going to work with multiply or something slightly darker. Or another thing we can do is we can stay in overlay here and come here, create a box adjustment there and change the blend mode to multiply. Either of the two will give us a good result. I think this works better for me, but I still maintain the lightness and all of that. Beautiful. So now we need to restore the shadows we have here. And to do that, we'll just create a mask for it. Pick up our brush. and just paint over the edge. So I'm going to reduce my brush because I noticed the shadows, some of them are not what we want in have back. Like here, the folding over here, we don't want to have that folding in the image as much as possible. Alright, so we check the edges. Some of them still need a little touch up, so we just use our black brush and paint over these areas. The hair area, do the same thing. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is my skin tone. I want her skin tone to really pop out. So I'm going to apply this matte, then I'll go to my solid color, press OK, minimize it. So I love the orange on the chair, so I'll just use that same orange for her skin. Make a duplicate right here, create a mask corridor, go to select, go to color range to separate her skin tone. So I think I have her skin tone separated already. Press OK, use the mask to replace the solid color, and we have our skin beautifully toned in orange. But I don't do it a little bit like that because it still needs some adjustments. So let's just paint all of this in completely. Beautiful. Change the blend mode to soft light. Then reduce it a little bit. Press Ctrl J, change the second one to color for uniformity, and also drop it down. So if I put the two of them together, this is the skin tone we have on our image. Beautiful skin tone. Amazing. So we can now open the mask, use our brush, and just make sure that every single part or area we need to brush is properly brushed in. Once you are done doing that on one of the masks, go hit your alternate to duplicate it and bring it down or up. Whatever you need to do just to make it look good. So I think I'll use my brush to fix this white reflection I'm seeing right here. It wasn't too much. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is to bring in my bubble to create that beautiful depth and separation. So to do that, I'll just come over here, unlock the layer, bring it right into this place. I already kept it in the middle, so it should be perfect. So my bubble will be positioned somewhere around here, a little bit stretched out. Press OK. So I think overlay should help us, or let's check for any other blend mode that wouldn't darken what we'll have going on here. Let's check for other ones. Okay, so we'll stick with overlay and just use brush to fix some areas. So I'll pick up my mask and just brush some areas off. Alright, this works, but I'm going to blur it out a little bit. Like this. Then brightening it up a little bit as well. Good. So the last thing I'm going to do now is to create a global color grading, right? So I'll just come over here, go to my color lookup, and just check for the best one that will match. I like the saturation this brings. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Oh, we need to bring it down. I love this so much. The colors so rich. Okay, so what I'm noticing now is that my cap is lost. So I'm going to use that double like this to create that beautiful separation that the cap will need to have. Just like this. Beautiful. Nice one. and we are good to go. So let me show you the overall before and after. This is not the before. So I'm going to use my history, create a snapshot, take it all the way to the top. So this was the before, sorry. And this is the after right here. Amazing work we've done. Thank you so much for watching. One more thing. I'm noticing that the chair we had here just has reflections of the original background, nothing of the new. So I'm going to use my brush, reduce the brush, maybe like 8, and just paint over it with a black distance to make sure that area becomes black, even here as well. Give me that little pitch of that of our new background pushing out from there. I think this has gone so much. And that's really it. One more time, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you subscribe, turn on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until then, see you on the next one.